Welcome back, Mojo Sports, episode 55. Joe, we got World Cup week. We have White House or UFC at the White House. We got NBA finals going, NHL finals going. This is a hell of a week to be a sports fan. But we're going to start off with the top story. And the top story right now is Brendan Sorsby has been reinstated. He's only going to miss 2 games now. And Joe, I think you did some deep diving into this. Elaborate for us.
Yeah, so kind of just some deep dive in the legal front here, and by that I mean I just scrolled Twitter to find some lawyers that were doing the actual work. But it sounds like it's not over. So it sounds like he got approved to play. This was by like a district judge in Texas, but it does sound like they are going to appeal the NCAA. Now, if they appeal, they'll do the whole court thing. It takes months to do it, whatever. So I don't think he's going to play. That's my take. I don't think he's going to play. I think it's going to get reversed. You've seen all the clapback too with like the ADs in the Big 12 were saying, hey, we're not playing Texas Tech in anything. Nebraska and another school, according to Ross Dellinger, came out and said, like, we're not playing Texas Tech in any sport across the board. So I don't know. There is something I was reading too that the NCAA could essentially say, hey, you're not allowed to compete in any NCAA sports to Texas Tech. So away from all of that, no fucking world did we think he was going to play. Like, there was 0% chance in my head. There was a kid from Iowa. It's like a D lineman. He turned himself in for one $10 bet on, I think, women's basketball. The NCAA took away his eligibility. The Iowa State team lost like 10 dudes a couple years ago. Their quarterback, he had put in like $2,800 worth of bets. None were on his team. They were all like professional sports bets. Gone, season eligibility gone, career over. Sorsby gambled 90 grand, which I know, gambling math, it gets a little bit fuzzy. Like, it probably wasn't straight up 90 grand. He probably won, and the numbers get a little fuzzy, but like, he was gambling a considerable amount and on his own team. So what fucking world is he eligible? I don't get it. How many compliance meetings did we have in college that were like, you can't even go within 100 feet of a sports book? Like, every year it was like a 3-hour meeting, and I didn't follow a single one of them. I did go to the sports book, but I didn't bet on any college sports because I was so scared, until playoffs, like we were done, whatever. But like, I didn't bet on our team because it was like, it's terrifying. So yeah, NCAA, they're fucking done. If this goes through and he plays, they cancel the NCAA. It's over.
Can the NCAA do anything about it? Because it sounds like they went to a Lubbock judge, right? They went to Texas to do it, and that's why it got through. If the NCAA was making a decision, I don't think they would let them.
No, and that's the thing. It's hung up in the courts with the NCAA, so they're kind of hamstrung by like the legal system in terms of. We can get Connor to elaborate, our MoJoe legal expert, but it sounds like the only way the NCAA could shut this down is if they just ban Texas Tech from playing in sports. Like, they can't do anything to Sorsby specifically, but they could do something and like revoke NCAA partnership with Texas Tech, which has always been kind of our like backroom theory that like the SEC or the Big Ten is going to like split off from the NCAA and create their own like league. But if shit like this continues, what the fuck is the NCAA there for? I don't like, this is their entire job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also think with Sorsby doing this, even if he comes back, which I don't know if he's gonna, but if he does, he turned himself into the biggest villain.
Right.
So hated across the nation. Everybody, every stadium he goes to, that's going to be the common theme. And he could go to the NFL.
Well,
he's an NFL type prospect. So when he goes to court and he says his defense is basically, I'm going to hurt myself if you don't let me play. That's kind of the gist of
it was.
What their defense was.
Irreparable harm.
For the kid that you were talking about from Iowa that turned himself in and still lost eligibility, that kid's not an NFL player. So for him, that truly is the end. Sorsby can go make a great living right now. He's probably going to be mad that he's not going to get first round money, right? It's a contract thing. It's like, oh no, I'm only going to get paid $1 million instead of what I should be getting. But to come out and say you're going to hurt yourself because of this, yeah, not a great idea. Also, from the lawyers I read on Twitter, basically it sounds like their strategy was just wait till right around now, and then everything takes too long to get done.
Yep,
So it
exactly.
does, from the guys I was reading, they do think he's going to play this year, because even if the NCAA tries to block it,
It'll take too long. They're just
it's
gonna
going
hold
to
it up
take
in
9 to
court.
12
Yeah,
months.
yeah.
So you're kind of stuck. Pretty smart.
No,
Pretty smart by him.
this lawyer that he had representing him was the same guy that won the House versus NCAA lawsuit that kind of like helped guys get paid. So like this guy's a killer. There's no doubt that the law team behind Sorsby's fucking genius, and they earn their check with this case too. I just think the NCAA is facing way too much backlash because they've already set the precedent. That's the thing. Like, yes, the court case in Texas is one thing, but like the precedent is set. If you gamble, especially if you gamble on your own team, it's done. And I just don't know how you can have like the outrage is going to be too vast. And I think people are like, schools are literally saying we're not playing Texas Tech in any sport. So whether that's all just outrage today and tomorrow it'll be gone, maybe. But this is one thing, like the NCAA does not fuck around with gambling. Like they never have. Those don't bet on it commercials. Those were like a huge campaign, national televised. Like it blows my mind. What the fuck is NCAA? Like how can the NCAA not have any recourse for this? I don't get it.
Are you mad at him at all, or just NCAA?
No, I don't give a fuck. I gambled a lot more than he did probably at this. Like he just got caught. You're in an age now where you gotta know, man. Like you gotta know if you're gonna do it. Go get paper tickets, wear a ski mask. You know the whole thing.
A ski mask. So you don't think he's gonna be a villain, or like in your eyes, he's not a villain?
I could care less. I just think that I'm gonna root against him because of how it went down. If it just was owned up to and was whatever, but it like the defense, and I know it's like a legal thing. It probably wasn't him cooking these up, but it was like, oh, he's not going to be able to get the best training for the NCAA or for the NFL. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit, dude. You bet on sports. Like you can't just use that as the excuse to come. It's like if I murdered somebody and then I was like, oh, I can't go play football anymore and train for the NFL because I killed some. Like you broke the rule. You broke the rules at the end of the day. I just don't. It's the only clear-cut thing in the NCAA that they have. They break all the other rules. They have NFL guys or NBA guys in the G League coming back to play March Madness. Like they've kind of bent every other thing. Guys getting paid. That was their big thing for a while. Now they're getting paid. So like, are we just going to see DraftKings logos on football stadium, like football fields now? Like down for it, but let's make it clear. Let's do it. Like if we're gonna go all in, let's fucking do it. Let the guys bet. Let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
I do stand by Pete Rose.
Of course, bet on him. If you can prove the receipts, if Sorsby bet on Indiana to win every time, zero problem with it. Don't give a fuck.
Well, we got to have some kind of precedent. So, I mean,
precedent is you can bet as much as you want and go play for the Texas Raiders. Like that's the point. Like, how do you go back?
There is no point.
Exactly. Yeah. Just let it rip, I guess.
Yeah, it's the Wild Wild West right now.
Yeah.
We already knew that. And he pulled a politician move, it felt like. He was just like, oh, they said no? Okay, let's just try a different court. And we'll just do this again until somebody lets us in. Found the right judge.
Yep.
Did a good job.
I know. They made a big stink about it too because they had the judge before that was doing the guns with him, like with the mascot. It was like, oh, this guy's clearly like in their pocket, and then just found another guy that is like a closeted Texas Tech fan probably, and it's like, I don't see a problem. Let him play.
Yeah, let the kid play. Schedule Texas while you're at it.
I was looking at their schedule though. They're gonna go. They're not gonna lose a game. Like they're 12-0, easy.
Do they have any tough matchups? I haven't looked at it.
Arizona State, Baylor.
I said tough matchups.
Like that. Like that's the reason. Honestly, I pulled up the schedule was because I wanted to see what the most hostile environment would be, and I think the answer is Cincy. I think they go to Cincy if I'm not mistaken. That will be a good like homecoming. He left them to go to a bigger program, all the whole thing. But he also gave them a lot. So like, are they really going to hate him? I don't know. It could be like a.
I don't think so. I think they like him down
That's what I'm
there.
saying. So it's like I just there's not really a place on the schedule where I was like, ooh, I can't wait for that matchup. They're gonna roast him. It was like, who's gonna give it to him? I just couldn't see it.
Ooh, I've
Now
got the
Texas,
fix. I've got the fix, Joe. The NCAA committee votes on who goes into the playoffs. What if they just leave
12.
Texas Tech out? Just leave them out. They're undefeated. Who cares? Not top 12. NCAA controls that.
They
They can't
can do
control
it.
the court
Yeah.
system.
Yep. It's just ass backwards to me. And I'm not even like super against it. Like I don't think you should probably be able to gamble. But at the same time, it's like, what do we have these rules for? If there's just you can go to if you don't like something NCAA says, go to a local court and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We learned that too late. Wish we would have known that when we were playing. Joe, I'm sure the Sorsby storyline will not end this week, so we'll keep talking about it.
We'll go with
Now
our
we're gonna go.
legal counsel too.
Yeah,
We'll talk to our legal counsel.
we'll have to bring him on. I think we'll see him in a couple weeks. Actually, we can ask him some questions. Uh, let's move on to World Cup, and then after that, we'll go White House UFC event, and then from there, we'll do the NBA, NHL. World Cup starts this week. North America hosting, and I was kind of looking for who I was going to root for. Right, I figured it out. It's simple. I'm just going with the USA.
Nice.
That way nobody can get mad at me. I have a defense because I haven't done enough soccer research this year. But I did find my betting angle, and I'm going to try it out. And it's a little scary, okay? So I get why people might be hesitant to follow me. I'm betting on temperature. I'm betting on teams that play in the heat, countries that are used to the heat, because we've already seen a couple instances in these friendly matches of players cramping up nonstop, players having to be carted off the field because they're collapsing of exhaustion. So in these games that are being played around the equator, there's a couple in Mexico, we've got Atlanta, Arlington. Those are the ones I'm looking at. Miami, I think, is where the most people were cramping.
Yep.
So I looked into some of those. Yeah. And especially humidity. That was the thing too. The California ones, I was like, I don't know.
That's perfect weather. That's why you moved to California. 70 all year round.
That's what I thought though. It's kind of like cold in Europe. When I was looking at average temperatures for these different soccer clubs, like it's low.
Yeah. They don't have AC.
France only gets up to like 80 degrees, like tops, like 82, something like that.
Yep. When I was there, they had a heat wave and it got to like 95. You would have thought the world was ending. Like there's just no. The problem is though, there's no AC. So the shit does feel like the world's ending. I mean, I live in Phoenix. It's 110 on a cool day in the summer, and it was fucking hot over there. So I agree with you though. The temperature thing is a bit overblown, and like I don't know. They played it in the UAE like a couple years. It's fucking hot there too. It's a desert. I don't get it.
I'm just thinking, if you've ever been in Miami in late June, early July,
bad.
That heat is tough, and they don't have AC on the field either. So if the Frenchmen thought it was tough in France, you get ready. But that led me ultimately to being, for futures, who I think's going to win. I'm riding Brazil plus 900, and then Spain. I think Spain was around 6-1. Those are the two I was looking at. And first, I want to go through the groups that I like to win. I'm riding North America, baby. I'm going USA to win. I'm going Mexico to win their group. And I'm going Canada to win their group. Canada, out of them, is the only one that's plus money, or like plus 175. A little home cooking. And then the other one I saw, Germany, they kind of look like they're free money, even though you got to pay. You got to pay for them. They're charging you.
Premium.
But I can't see them losing their group. And my best upset, it's not a huge upset, but I think Colombia wins Group K, which would put them over Portugal. And this one goes directly to the heat theory. Colombia, much hotter than Portugal. So
going against
but also a solid country. Solid. Yeah. They're only 20-1 to win the World Cup, so it's not that crazy.
I like it. I was looking at Spain. I work with a guy from Spain, and he was telling me the similarities. He's all in. I mean, he's convinced it's Spain's year, and the reason is there's like 10 different things he was telling me. One, Toy Story came out the same year when they won it last time. Two, the coach was like the same age. Three, it was all these kind of like just off the wall, like, but he kind of convinced me. So yeah, I like it. I like that Spain pick. I'm going France. France is my long-term winner. That's an easy pick for me. Easy pick. Mbappe, the boys, pretty much all dudes from Africa on the France team. So that's a sneaky advantage that they pull. And I
Wait, they have a
think,
bunch of Africans on their team? I didn't
yeah,
put that into my temperature ratings.
there was like some stat that like only 2 guys were actually French nationals on the roster.
Oh, so they're
So
just cheaters.
yeah, well, that's you got to do what you got to do. So, but yeah, that's good odds. But Spain and France are the top two, I think, in betting odds right now. So I like it.
Yeah, Spain, France, then England, Portugal, Brazil, Argentina.
Yeah, Portugal go. What do you think about the goats? They're getting a little old, but we get Messi and we get Ronaldo.
Yeah, they're getting old. I don't really trust them at this
Yeah,
point. I think Messi will be interesting to see. He's just hasn't been playing with like great competition or great teammates for that matter. It probably doesn't matter to him because he's just at the level he's at. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. But it also just feels like a new wave is coming.
USA friendly, not bad. I mean, 2-1, kind of kept it close. Germany, sick goal.
That's heat for you right
Yeah,
there. That's
exactly.
heat. We normally lose that game 4-1.
Yeah, I want USA. I just want it to be competitive, so we get some like fun USA games where they elimination games, that type of thing. That's a win in my book. But every year it feels like it's we hear about the new wave of like USA coming up. I feel like it's hockey. Hockey's kind of stolen that. USA and hockey's gotten dramatically better since we were kids. But they also don't let Russia compete in all these world events right now. So they might be asterisk championships.
I'll be on the USA the entire time, and I don't care if they lose every game. I'm American. I'm gonna support them.
You do care if they lose every game. You're like, what the fuck is this? Let's get LeBron out there. Let's let Justin Jefferson run a streak down the right.
Yeah, I don't know how good their legs are. I think the athletes we have actually wouldn't be good at soccer. That's our problem. We've just created too many monsters. They're not built
too
for it.
big. No cardio.
Yeah. I think my favorite bets of the first round of games, so this week's games, number one, I've got Haiti upsetting Scotland.
To Haiti.
Yeah, to Haiti. Shout out Kevin Pantels. But he meant to give us Haiti. He gave us Tahiti. I do like Haiti because it's hot there in Scotland. Out of all of the teams I was looking at, they are the least used to the heat. So look for that upset. That's definitely going to happen. Uruguay is playing Saudi Arabia. I like the under. This game's in Miami, and I just think, once again, the boys are going to be tired. I can't trust Saudi Arabia to pull off that upset.
Yeah.
So just leaning under 2.5 goals. Brazil to beat Morocco like that. And then sneaky, I've got Japan to beat the Netherlands. And then the last team, I don't even know how to say this name. I'm going to look like an idiot because I feel like every time I read this name, it's said differently.
I'm really excited to see. I'm looking at that. What is it?
Tunisia.
Yeah. Tunisia. Yeah.
Tunisia.
That's how I've always said it. Tunisia. Yeah. Tunisia. I like
it. Big Tunisia first round over Sweden.
I like that.
What's
the read on Qatar, Switzerland following that same logic?
Yeah, that was one of those ones I couldn't trust. I was looking at the under. I also had to go through, though, and make sure that they were playing in somewhere that's hot. Because some of these games are getting played in Canada. Some of them are getting played in New England. So I specifically targeted games that lie on the equator. That was my whole... I pulled up a map, and I said, if you're in the equator, you're fucked.
You're fucked. I like it. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I didn't think about that, but that's been the news the whole time is the fields are bad and it's too hot.
Yeah. And then when I took a step back after I did all this research, I said, wait a second. Most of these guys don't even live in their home country. They
No.
play overseas. They're playing in the heat all the
Playing in
time.
Europe.
Yeah. So it's kind of tough. But when you don't know anything about the actual teams and the rosters, that's what you got to do. You got to find your own angle.
Yeah,
I'm
like
hoping the
edge.
sports books already made the right prices, and now I'm just betting against heat.
Yep. I like that. I like that. USA Paraguay first game Friday 6 p.m. The good thing about this World Cup, I think the best thing about the World Cup is that it's all local times. So we're gonna actually get to watch it, locally, which is awesome. I'm pumped. I am pumped for this.
It's gonna be fun. And are you doing any work contests or anything?
No, we haven't, but we need to. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, you got to get a challenge.
Yep. That's a good idea. I'll set that up tomorrow.
Well, Joe, this weekend on Sunday, believe it or not, on Sunday, we have UFC 250 Freedom card. It's very confusing because we already had UFC 300. Now we have UFC Freedom 250. We just skipped or we went backwards. I'm not sure. This is the first UFC Freedom ever. So we're just starting at 250. Either way, I'm hung up on it. And
you know what the 250 is, though, right?
Yeah, I do. It's America's birthday. That's why we're having it on.
You just had that whole rant about America, and then you.
Well, that's why we're having it on June 14th, right?
Yeah. No, because Trump's birthday. That's why.
Oh, when's America's birthday?
I think June. Well, that'd be July 4th, but.
Yeah, weird. Why didn't we just put it on July 4th?
Because
UFC Freedom 250.
I think Flag Day is technically June 15th too, so I don't know.
So you're saying we could have done it on Monday?
We could have done a lot of days, I think.
This is also the first UFC that's ever not been on a Saturday.
Right. Yeah, well, get it. You're the UFC guy. Get it. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have a UFC model that I built, all right? And I could get into it nerd mode, but just trust the numbers, boys. Trust the numbers. So, first matchup, we got Topuria versus Gaethje. Now, guess what? When I talk about this model, it's going to say that Topuria is favored to win this fight, but it's also going to give you a different odds than a sports book. So, it likes Gaethje as far as value goes. It has Topuria as a big favorite, but he's like not
plus
minus
500 for Gaethje too, huh?
Right. Whereas like my model says it should be closer to like plus like 400, plus 350. So like it's telling you if you were going to bet this, if you were going to bet this 100 times, you would want to bet on Gaethje 100 times, and you should make out. Alex Pereira versus Gane, it loves Pereira. And it's unfortunate because I don't love Pereira in this matchup.
Right.
I think that Gane is a super athletic guy that can do the things that you need to be able to do against a guy like Pereira. Gane's already fought at heavyweight for a long time. Pereira's just now bumping up. We don't even know what that's going to look like. If he's going to lose speed, if he's going to lose cardio. Whereas Gane's already been at this weight for a very long time. Also, Gane's only lost to John Jones and Francis Ngannou. Two pretty good losses. Those are two guys you should lose to them. I'd be pissed if he did beat them.
How come did they fight? Did both these guys fight in a different league before this? They don't have that many fights considering that they're kind of like, 36, 38. They're kind of old.
Yeah. Both of them came up kickboxing.
Got it. Okay.
Pereira has a ton of kickboxing fights, and then he was beating Adesanya's ass in kickboxing in the circuit. And then Adesanya made the move to MMA and became a superstar and became champion. And Pereira was like, wait, I used to beat that guy up. Let me try that. And so he did. He moved over to MMA and became a 2-time champ. And now he's trying to become a 3-time champ, 3-division champ, which has never been done. So I do like Gane in this matchup just because of the unknowns with Pereira. And if you've seen him lately, hey, he looks fucking huge. He's been eating a lot. Yeah, I mean, he's up to like 245 pounds, 250, and he used to fight with Adesanya at 185.
Yeah,
That
that's
was his weight.
insane. Yeah, they have him listed as 207, 205, and Gon's
Yeah.
listed at 247, so that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, but Pereira now is up to like 240. He's up
240.
there now. Yeah.
I'm pumped to see that. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I have a question at the end.
Okay. From there, we have the O'Malley fight. Same thing with O'Malley. O'Malley's a giant favorite. Funny enough, last week when I told you the guy he was fighting was Ayman Zahibi, and you were like, "Oh yeah, that's more of the countries I was talking about."
Canadian.
Yeah. He's Canadian, full on Canadian.
I saw that today.
Yeah,
Cancellation.
Same thing with him though, where it's such a big favorite that the sports books maybe have gone a little too far to just get rid of people betting on him or charge you. So other side, maybe a little value. Hokit versus Lewis, don't really have too much of an edge on this one. It really likes Hokit, which the sports books do too. I think I might take him by submission, which a lot of people are not going to be betting, but I think he gets to a point where he breaks Derek Lewis down and then just takes his neck and chokes him. Like once Derek Lewis just kind of gives up and lays there. Michael Chandler versus Rufy. The model loves Michael Chandler. I'm not going to be betting on him. He is. When I break down this matchup, he has a very bad strike defense. That's like one of the stats they use. He's not very good at stopping strikes getting thrown at him. And this other guy is known for being a sniper and knocking people's heads off. So don't love that. The model is like, oh, what about Chandler's wrestling? I don't care. I don't. And then from there, we also have Bo Nickel. Model likes Bo Nickel by knockout. And then Diego Lopez versus Garcia. I actually don't remember what the model liked on this one. I think it likes Lopez, though, at the current price.
Fair enough.
What's your question, Joe? I'm dying to hear it.
The question is, so they listed as Matt. You went top to bottom. Is that the order of the fights that will be happening?
No, I started with the main event. I started with what people wanted.
That's what I thought. Okay, because they listed as match 7, so that made me think that they're gonna. I was like, they did this in the wrong order. Like this, the worst fights are going last. So yeah, okay, thank God. All right, I was like, they're gonna put
the
Gaethje
two title fights
first.
Yeah,
just
main and
out.
co-main. Which there's been a lot of news with that because Gaethje was talking about Toporia's ex-wife who may have stolen a lot of his wealth and his children included. And
Toporia's Spanish?
Yeah, he's Georgian and Spanish.
Okay.
He reps both Spain and Georgia.
What's the Matador or something?
Yeah, El Matador.
Sick. There's I know the top. I don't know Zimbabwe.
Okay.
But yeah, you said you had a test for me. What's my test?
Well, my test was honestly, I just want to know how many of these fighters on this card do you actually know? And are you pumped for this card? Like as a casual fan, do you feel like there's enough star power on it?
The pumpedness for the fights always comes from the hype up for it. So like I don't necessarily know a bunch of the dudes, but if they do a good enough job promoting it as like a big card, then I'll always watch. And this one being at the White House is like an easy sell for someone like me, just because it's so unique. But I would say like the co-main and the main, I know those guys. I've watched all of them fight. I know O'Malley. I know Derek Lewis. I know Michael Chandler. I know Bo Nickel only because of, Penn State wrestling. And then Diego Lopez just because he has fucked up hair. So I'd say like 60% of these guys I have heard of at least.
Get ready to learn Josh Hokit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's fighting Derek Lewis. Get ready to learn about this guy. This is the guy, I think I was telling a story, but like he was hopping into alter egos during interviews.
Got
and,
it.
Playing characters.
He's like keeps it fun.
Dude, he's crazy. Some people absolutely hate it though. I'm one of the few I think that like him. One of the few.
So he's American, but where's he from?
State-wise, I think California.
California, okay.
He played fullback for Fresno, and
that's this guy.
Got signed by the Niners.
Yep, sick.
Yeah.
He's got the I see his He's got like the American do-rag on in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's him.
Okay, just a big lion tattoo. Sure.
Also, do you know Tom Aspinall?
Know the name.
Heavyweight champion of the world. Is a British guy. He got poked in the eye when he fought Gon for their championship fight, and he has not fought since. I don't even think he's sparring yet. And it's been a long time. Dana White, though, said originally the plan was to have him fight Alex Pereira at the White House, which would have done crazy numbies.
Is Cyril Gane? Is he? I feel like I haven't heard his name in a while. He hasn't fought in a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't fight a whole lot.
No,
I don't know why. I don't know why.
He likes the vacations.
Yeah, he sure does. He sure does. And those boys over France soccer team, they're going to enjoy their vacation as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going home early.
Oh, not out of the group. I haven't gotten my Mbappe jersey. I need to follow up on that. Hopefully it comes in time.
You traitor.
I've got USA first, but come on.
I've got some event notes, though, for you about the UFC White House. So first off, they built the claw, right? Everybody's seen the claw. It's been big news. It was built by a Belgian company, and this Belgian company, they usually station it in Europe. It's used for like concert venues and like music festivals. They actually call it the beta tent, believe it or not. I swear to God, they call it the beta tent because it's the smaller version of the alpha tent, which is a claw, but way bigger. And they use that one for different types of music festivals as well. So they'll be under the beta tent this week. It does have 100 by 100 canopy. A lot of people worried about rain. First outdoor event. Earlier this week, they said 65% chance of rain for the event. And now it looks like it's clearing up. Like the forecast as we're getting closer, it does look like it's clearing up. If it does rain, though, I'm going to be slamming decisions. I'm telling you right now, if it's raining, those canvases, dude, they're already so slippery. Like you always see guys in between rounds with rags and they're drying it off because of the sweat. Makes it really slippery when it does get wet. And you can't throw punches with full power because you can't plant your feet at all. And when you get on the ground, you can't hold anybody because everybody's all slippery, all wet. So that leads me to make a lot of decisions if we get rain, but I don't think we're going to get rain. I almost want it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see just what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right. But they do have 100 by 100 canopy. Trump has said he might even keep this thing here, even though they shipped it over from Europe and they use it.
It's like we're going to buy this we're going to buy this claw.
Well, he said originally the Eiffel Tower over in France was just supposed to be there for the state fair, and then they loved it so much they kept it. And he said, I think we might do the same thing with the claw. Ultimate troll move. There's no way he actually thinks about doing that. He just wants to piss people off. Number one troll. So I think that's all my picks. That's kind of where I'm at going into this fight card. If we get rain, hammer decisions. And last piece of UFC news before we leave is that Arman Tsarukyan, you probably don't know who he is. He's one of the top contenders in the lightweight class that has Gaethje and Topuria. He comes from a lot of money, this Arman guy. Like, he's been asked multiple times, why are you even fighting? Your family has millions and millions of dollars, like generational wealth, but he loves it, so he fights. Well, he also loves to like go on streams and do stuff with influencers, all types of stuff. He recently did a stream and he showed that he had just placed $1 million bet on Justin Gaethje to win the fight.
I like
at plus
that.
500.
I like that.
So he went in, and I thought he was boys with Topuria, so I really don't understand it. But he likes Gaethje in the matchup. Joe, there's one problem. In 2022, the UFC came out with some policies, and they said you cannot bet on UFC fights if you're a UFC fighter. And they are very cut and dry with the rules, and it's zero tolerance, and you get banned from the UFC for life if you bet on a UFC fight.
I think I have a judge in Texas that could help him out here.
Yeah, we might need to call up Lubbock.
Yeah, I think there's a legal team chomping at the bit to fight that one.
Armin Sarukian, reach out to Brendan Sorsby's lawyer ASAP.
It's like, if you
He
don't let me
knows
bet on the
exactly
UFC,
what
I'm
to do.
gonna jump off a bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurt myself. So yeah, he might be screwed, and it basically goes across all commissions, all
Why
promotions
is
as
this
well.
just like his thing where he's like, I'm not? He had to have known. Maybe he fucked up, but
I don't think he knew, and I think he's probably been betting.
has he signed like a UFC contract? Like the contender stuff,
Yeah,
is that's UFC?
yeah, no, he is like a contender for the
Oh,
championship at
got
this
it, got
point.
it.
Like
So he's
he's
already
one of the
fought.
best. He's one of the best fighters in the division, and
Got
he's
it.
probably one of the guys that could actually give Topuria a run for his money.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's at the peak of his career.
Dana's like,
This is
cash
the
that
height
out
of his
right
career.
now, or you're never fighting again.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're gonna do, and he's such a big like name in
Star,
MMA right
yeah.
now that you have a zero. It comes back to the Texas Tech
Yeah,
thing.
walk
There's a
it back,
precedent.
baby.
You've already said it. You can't do that, and you did it, and he did it on a live stream and was showing it off. And I think it was real because the rush that he got from placing $1 million bet, it looked pretty real. Like he was freaking out after he did it. Like, oh my God, I just freaking clicked send.
What an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. It just comes down to what an idiot. What are you doing?
Also, don't go on streams if you're a athlete. I feel like we've seen a lot of that. Puka, there's been a couple guys that just kind of get caught up. It's not their world. Especially, after, I don't know. Yeah. I get that you want to build the audience and stuff, and after they're done playing, they jump on it, but it feels like every time there's a stream, there's just some shit that comes out. Like they're smoking
Every
weed
time.
on there, or like they say some shit they didn't mean to. It's just, yeah. Never ends up
It's like
good.
nothing good happens after midnight.
Exactly.
Nothing good happens on live stream.
Yeah. Don't go on clavicular screen.
Well, that's my UFC for you. That's the
Good.
breakdown.
I'm pumped.
That's
I'm
the
pumped.
news. We'll keep up on the Armin situation. UFC likely will just try to sweep it under the rug and say it was fake.
Unless he
Give him a little
wins,
slap.
then fuck.
Yeah. Well, hey, my model liked it too, so we might all just squad ride Gaethje.
Yeah, I like it. I'm in.
Although I just don't know how he wins. I have no clue how he would do.
Rain.
Yeah, trust the math. Joe, let's hop over to NBA. We actually have the game on right now. 5 minutes left in game 3. The Spurs are up 6 points and down 2-0 in the series. I don't think anybody saw them going down 0-2, not even getting a win at home to start the series, which if we look at the stats, it does not bode well for them. Teams that lose both of their home games to start the series have never won the finals. It's never happened. I think the best any team did was the 93 Suns. They went to game 6. That was it. So this is bad. Right now, Brunson looks like the best player on earth. It's crazy to say. And Wemby honestly is responsible for the game 2 loss. At the end of the game, made a bonehead pass. It's either on him or it's on Castle, but he makes the pass and then he fouls Brunson right away. And the game basically felt over. They were going to have a shot to go win that game. And then he also missed
had a shot, right?
the game where they did get him another shot now that they're down, and he missed that. And he had a really good look. If he hits that shot, we are talking crazy viral numbers. We're talking about Wemby already becoming the GOAT, right? It's amazing just in the NBA how just one shot it can change legacies.
Yep. And just from a week ago, we were talking about him and, the huge win over OKC. That felt like their Super Bowl a little bit. So I've been Knicks in 6 the whole time. I still think that's a possibility, especially if the Spurs close this one out, make it 2-1. I think the Knicks probably would win the next one at home. Spurs maybe get another one, then they win it back in MSG in game 6. That's kind of my prediction. I hope it goes like that because this series is awesome. So I want more games. I don't want it to be a clean sweep. But yeah, this series has been super fun. And the NBA the last 5-6 years, it's been great because we've gotten different matchups. So I think both these teams, they have chances, but at the same time, OKC's not going anywhere. They got good draft picks. Like, I think it's going to be competitive for a while, and there's a lot of teams that can make runs. Boston's not going away. Like, there's a lot of teams that it's going to be fun for a minute, and I think as we get to these Western Conference, Eastern Conference finals, it's going to be like a bloodbath every time. It's just going to be a hard fought series. That was the thing I didn't like about the OKC series was like blowouts. Like it was just blowout, 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 back and forth. This one so far, yeah, the Knicks are up 2-0, but it's been great games both times.
That's where I struggle with it, because if the Knicks do win game 3, then it's an 0-3
Yeah.
start. And I have a hard time saying it's a good series
Yep.
if that happens.
Yep.
But you're right. Every game feels so competitive. Going into every game betting wise, it just feels like a total coin flip. Don't know who to bet on. Although I will say tonight, 2 units, Spurs, first quarter money line, and then 2 units, Spurs, full game money line.
See, I took the Knicks. I got caught up. I got caught up in the Knicks fever. I felt like that energy would be enough back in MSG. I really did.
See, I thought the opposite. I thought that the energy would be way too much. Like, so much pressure. Oh, the president's coming.
Yeah,
It's
right.
going to be the highest tickets ever. There's just so much pressure. I think that's also why New York struggles in general in sports, is because they do this to their teams, where they throw them under this microscope. And you get teams like the Pacers who go on these fun runs, and the environment feels way different inside their stadium. Right now, we look at the stadium. If you're playing in this game, every single person that's sitting on the floor, you either know or you just know that they are 10 times richer than you, and you're rich, and they're 10 times richer than you. So I don't know. It's just got to be a weird feeling. Whereas like Indiana or OKC, those smaller markets, those feel like family.
Yeah.
You've probably seen the same guys sitting there the whole season because they're diehard fans.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's true. I hope this game. I mean, there's 4 minutes left, so maybe we get a little comeback and another classic finish. But I'm not mad if the Spurs win it. I just thought the Knicks. I mean, they haven't lost since April, so it's hard to bet against that trend.
They're due. And do you think if they do finish off the series, they do win it, you think Brunson becomes the best Knick ever? Because I think he does. I think a lot of old heads, or they're talking about guys in the 70s like Walt Frazier. They were winning championships at those times, but it was also against way lesser talent and way less teams also. Like there wasn't even 30 teams. There's no gauntlet to go through. You can look at Patrick Ewing, but he never won one.
Yeah. No, I think in recent times, especially with how bad the Knicks have been for 50 years or whatever the number is, like 30 years, yeah, I think it's one of the more fun comeback stories, because Wemby we kind of expected. We talked about it preseason. Like, I know it's still an accomplishment. He's 22, make it to finals, first playoffs, the whole thing. But like, we kind of expected it. Like that's on his shoulders. The Knicks, I had not even on my radar. I thought they were going to lose. I thought Boston would make it out. But yeah, the Knicks are fun. They're a fun ass team. I love Cat too. Like I love the whole Knicks team. I honestly like the Spurs team a lot too. Like Champagne's sick. They're all super fun.
I love Castle.
Yeah,
Castle's a
sick.
dog.
Yeah,
he reminds me of like a young Jimmy Butler. He doesn't take any shit, stone cold face. Like, yeah.
Fox is fun. Like both teams are fun. That's the thing. Like there's a bunch of, I don't hate either one of them, to be honest.
Who you're going for the Knicks though? Yeah, you said Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6. Yeah.
Don't forget I got Spurs in 7. So
yeah,
still alive. And I think it would be the funniest thing ever, having the Knicks go 2-0 and come home and just immediately even out the series, go 0-2 in New York. Like that is the most New York thing you can do. And I think it's going to happen. But it looks like the Spurs are going to hold on. Still 3:40 to play. They could definitely still blow this. I love these games though, because they're just so competitive. It feels like one of the better finals we've gotten. And last thing I want to bring up before we move on to NHL, do you think the Knicks, if they win this, do you think they can become a dynasty? Do you think there's any talk of that? Because everybody's focused on Spurs dynasty or Thunder dynasty right now. The Knicks, though, have just such a solid group of guys. And with that market, why can't you get another star to join at this point? You've shown, hey, we can win, especially if they win this whole thing. We can win championships, and you're going to be in the spotlight.
Yeah. I think the parity in the league is pretty fun. Like, I don't think there's going to be any dynasties for a minute. I really do. I think there's there's enough young guys coming out too. The college draft, we talked about that. There's a lot of like American dudes coming out that hasn't happened in a little bit. So I think the young talent of the NBA is going to be enough to where these teams are kind of evenly matched, and it's going to be a little bit of a shootout every playoff. I think that's the best thing for the NBA, because the dynasties are fun, and we've seen that, but in the past couple of years, it's been the same teams kind of dominating, and it gets a little old. After the Golden State fourth championship, it's like, all right, like how many times can we watch this? Just as a casual NBA fan, I'm sure if you're a Golden State fan, it was sick, but I don't think we're gonna get a repeat champion like more than maybe 2 in a row. But yeah, I think it's going to be the same teams, but not one single team that dominates. I think we could see these same matchups over and over.
And that's good for the league. That's
Yep.
what we want.
Yep.
Well, Joe, take me through hockey now. Take me through these NHL finals. You've said it might be your favorite Stanley Cup ever.
I think so. I mean, back to back, game 2, we had OT, which was like a sick game already. The game 2 was unbelievable. It started out with like just improbable event after improbable event, and then we get game 3, which was just like asinine. It was absolutely unbelievable. Vegas goes up 4-0. They score 6 goals in a period. 2 get taken off the board, called back, but they scored 6 times. It was over. The game was over. And then all of a sudden, Carolina comes back, scores 3 goals in 39 seconds. 3 goals in 39 seconds. All of a sudden, it's a game. Like, just unbelievable back and forth. And it felt like, I mean, I've only watched probably, the Knights have been around 9 years, and they've been in the Cup 3 times. I probably watched like maybe 7 Stanley Cups. So I'm coming at this with a very casual puckhead perspective, but this
As our hockey expert.
yeah, exactly. Like I got the goal behind me. This shit's fun. Like no matter what it is, it's fun. And we had a hat trick. Like I almost bought a Mitch Marner jersey like that.
Yeah, he had a hat trick
period.
in within 10 minutes of game time. Yeah.
It's been so fun. And I feel like for people that aren't into hockey, watching something like that can get you into it, because games where they score 1-2, it gets a little boring. But if they scored, I don't think when I was looking at Carolina, I bet on their under like pretty much the entire playoffs, because they don't score a ton and they have a crazy defense. They press people all the time. So I think most games have been under 5. And so every game, this line gets set at like 5.5. And every time in this series, Vegas and Carolina, it's like 9, 10 goals. It's been crazy. I feel bad for the goalies. It feels like they're just getting raked out there. But yeah, I think this series is all time. I do think Vegas is going to close it out. I think they'll win. They're up 2-1. I think they'll get another one at home, and then maybe lose 1 in Carolina and go back. But yeah, it's been a incredible series. And that last game was probably the best hockey game I've ever watched.
Yeah, I've had a ton of fun watching hockey. You know me, I don't watch too much of it. Definitely not enough regular season.
No.
But that game 3 was unreal. And even just in overtime, just the first overtime, you can't look away.
No.
Because there might be a goal. You just have to, 20 minutes straight, you just got to sit there and just lock in. And if the Knights do it, they're just going to become more hated if they can win this.
It's the best. We're talking about dynasties and like hating the dynasties, but it's kind of fucking sick when you are on like a fan of the team. Like I feel like Vegas is kind of the only like pro sports team that I actually root for. Like I don't really have an NFL team. I don't have an NBA team that much. So Vegas is like the one professional sports league that I actually like. So to be the top dog is pretty sick.
And no lead has been safe. So it's almost scary when you do get up, because the other team is just coming for you. When I watched Carolina through this series, they just, like you said, they press. They look like they're full court press the entire game. And you just keep clearing it, and you just clear it right to them. They're already just waiting there, and they just keep attacking. It's really fun to watch, but it gets my anxiety just through the roof watching.
Yeah. People hate them. Like people hate watching Carolina play, and they like get booed at visiting stadiums because it's like, fuck off with the press. It's like, if you watch a basketball game, they're pressing the whole game. It's like, oh my God, like calm down.
Bunch of tryhards.
Yeah. Relax. Let us play some offense, pal.
Well, I still have faith in Hurricanes finals ticket, but I'm rooting for the Knights.
Yep. How can you not? How can you not love that city, that team?
I need a parade. And you usually, in living in Vegas, you're usually going to get a parade. You either get the Knights or you get the Aces. One of them's going to win a championship.
Yep.
Well, that's our hockey review. Joe, we're coming to the end here. We're doing another movie review today.
I got a show for you too after this.
Okay. Unfortunately for the fans, though, they were supposed to get your movie review of Obsession.
I know.
So we're going to get a lot of write-ins about that. You're going to have to handwrite back to each one of those people. But this week I saw Backrooms, and that was the big talk. It was Backrooms Obsession, these two scary movies made by small creators, lower budgets.
Young dudes, too.
Yeah, young guys with very low budgets, and they're making splashes in the box office. So obviously I loved Obsession last week. Everybody should go see it. This one, I get why they're getting the box office money. It's because people just can't explain the movie in any way to their friends that haven't seen it. So then you're forced to go to the theater and see what it's all about. My takeaway, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it and say, why did I watch that movie? I enjoyed it. The way I would go about it, because there are creepypasta videos on YouTube that basically lead up to this movie for like 8 years now. And it started with a Reddit post. Some user, or 4chan actually, I believe, some user basically wrote this post with a picture, and it just spun into its own genre. I would recommend, this is kind of the process that you go through. You go see the movie if you've never watched any of the YouTube videos. Go see the movie first. By the time you get done with the movie, throughout the entire movie, you're going to be questioning, what is going on? What am I watching right now? That's going to be your thought process for a solid hour and a half of the movie. The movie's going to end, and you're still going to be like, what the fuck just happened? I'm so lost. Then you're going to go home and you're going to watch those YouTube videos, and that's going to paint the picture for you. So anybody that's already seen the YouTube videos, they kind of understand the world that the movie's living in. They understand some of the rules that go with it. For people like me, I had no clue, and I did not know what was going on for the most part. General idea, but you leave and you just have so many questions. And then you stay up all night and you look up the theories, you look up Backrooms Explained, you start to understand it. But it's deep, and it's going to go down as the trippiest movie I've ever seen in my life. I wasn't on psychedelics by any means, but I felt like I was, because it is a trip. And if they come out with a second one, I'm going to spend my money and go see that one too. But overall, Obsession clears.
Obsession clears. All right. Yeah. Now I want to see both. I need to see Obsession first and then Backrooms. The Backrooms, I had a different thought in my head of what it was about, but
no child molestation, like Joe had insinuated.
Right.
Last
well,
week.
You say 4chan, it's the pedo elite.
It is.
Yeah. I need to go watch those. I have a show for you. 111, 113. What do we got? 9 seconds left. I just have the game cast up.
Yeah. Knicks have the ball.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Actually, I might be behind. Oh, I'm behind you. So Knicks hit a shot, right?
Okay. There you go. Yeah, I hit a 3, right?
2.
108 to 111. That's 3.
I have one. Oh, you said 111. Yeah. Okay.
So they tied up.
OG Anunoby hit a 3. Okay. There we go. 9 seconds left. 113, 111.
All right.
Great podcasting.
Yeah.
Live reaction.
The show, though, have you seen Yellow Jackets?
My fiance has.
Okay. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is, it feels like up your alley in terms of like the horror. It's not horror, but it's like horror adjacent, kind of mixed with like some mystic shit. But it's about a girls' soccer team in high school, and their plane crashes as they're going to like the national tournament, and then they end up in the woods and stuff. It's very good. I've had a few friends tell me to watch it, and then we just started. That's probably why I haven't gone to see Obsession, because I've just been binging this one. But like, the way it was described to me is it's like a car crash that you can't stop watching, and that's the perfect description. Like it just gets nuttier and nuttier, and it's like it's pretty fucked up, but it's good. So I'm halfway through season 2. That's my show recommendation for. We should just change this to content. Yeah, what are you watching?
Yeah, I mean, this is the movie corner.
Yeah, yeah. But
Also,
yeah.
you just gave that example of how to describe it. The one they use in Backrooms to describe it is it's basically trying to explain what a dog is to someone that doesn't know what a dog is, and then having that person try to draw a dog.
Okay.
That they actually use that quote in the movie twice to
Okay.
explain Backrooms. So that's how I feel trying to tell you what the movie's about.
I like it. No, I need to see that. Yeah. All right. Obsession. I got 2. That's good. Go spend some money at the
Obsession,
box
though,
office.
is way better of a movie. The plot, everything's way better. And I think it's not as much horror as it is just creepy. Whereas Backrooms felt way more like horror. Like
All right, then
that
I'll probably,
Backrooms was scarier.
I'll wait till Backrooms comes on my TV then, so I don't get scared in the theater.
Okay. Both have cleared $200 million in the box office, though.
Which is crazy,
And
yeah.
Backrooms, I think, had $1 million budget, and the other one was like $750K.
Right. Yeah. Insane. It's another movie corner.
That's Movie Corner, and that's how we're going to close out today's show. So appreciate you guys stopping by with this Tuesday show, and we will see you again next week.
Adios.